Hello and welcome back to Bible Wits Bible Corner. Today we're going to get back into the book of Acts. I'm going to read chapter 10 verses 1 through 8, starting with the English Standard Version. At Caesarea there was a man named Cornelius, a centurion of what was known as the Italian Cohort, a devout man who feared God with all his household, gave alms generously to the people, and prayed continually to God. About the 9th hour of the day, he saw clearly in a vision an angel of God come and say to him, "Cornelius." And he stared at him in terror and said, "What is it, Lord?" And he said to him, "Your prayers and your alms have ascended as a memorial before God. And now send men to Joppa and bring one Simon, who is called Peter. He is lodging from one Simon, a tanner, whose house is by the sea." When the angel who spoke to him had departed, he called 2 of his servants and a devout soldier from among those who attended him, and having related everything to them, he sent them to Joppa. New Century Version. At Caesarea there was a man named Cornelius, an officer of the Italian group of the Roman army. Cornelius was a religious man. He and all of the other people who lived in his house worshipped the true God. He gave much of his money to the poor and prayed to God often. One afternoon, about 3 o'clock, Cornelius clearly saw a vision. An angel of God came to him and said, "Cornelius." Cornelius stared at the angel. He became afraid and said, "What do you want, Lord?" The angel said, "God has heard your prayers and seen that you give to the poor, and he remembers you. Send some men now to Joppa to bring back a man named Simon, who is also called Peter. He is staying with a man also named Simon, who is a tanner, and has a house beside the sea." When the angel who spoke to Cornelius left, Cornelius called 2 of his servants and a soldier, a religious man who worked for him. Cornelius explained everything to them and sent them to Joppa. Okay, so something that I find interesting in a good way when I read a lot of passages in the Bible, especially when it comes to visions, is it looks like there is no questions asked when angels appear before people in the Bible. Now, I find that interesting in a good way because it's how it honestly should be. Yes, there is fear. We see Cornelius with fear. We see a lot of others that show fear because they're seeing an angel, so they're wondering if they're getting ready to die. But when the angel speaks, they do exactly what's said. We don't hear that there's any arguments. The only time that there really is when Abraham argues about the people in Sodom and Gomorrah. Hey, if there's 50, 40, 30, 10 righteous people, Abraham knew there wasn't that many, but he still argued. That's the only time that I see an argument. If there's more, please let me know in the comments. Anyway, back to this. So Cornelius acts right away. As soon as the vision is done, as soon as the angel leaves, he gets people ready right away to head to get Simon Peter. Now, here we're going to be seeing another vision here in the next couple of days that can be the subject of a lot of debate, but we'll get to that when we get to it. Bringing up that there's no questions asked when these visions happen and the people are doing what the angels say, I often wonder, in especially today's world, would people be as willing today? Would we Christians be as willing today to drop what we're doing and do exactly what the angel tells us to do? I think that's something that we each need to think about on a personal level. I hope you find encouragement in this, and I hope you have a wonderful, God-centered day. Bye.